They evicted my sick mother to flip our house, so I made them lose everything in the fire. The Steinberg brothers thought they were just closing another deal. Just another old house to gut and glam up. Just another dying woman too broke to fight back. They didn't know they were starting a war. My mom lived in that house for 35 years, raised me there, buried my dad from there. That garden out back? She planted every flower herself, right after his funeral. When she got diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, the bills stacked up fast. Medicare didn't touch the treatments she needed. She tried to hold on, sold her jewelry, took out a second mortgage. That's when the Steinbergs came sniffing around. Real estate investors with fake smiles and 2 white teeth. Offered her half of what the place was worth, told her the foundation was shot, the roof was failing, that it was a liability. She was too tired and too proud to argue. She signed, thinking she had 60 days to find somewhere new. They gave her 2 weeks, claimed they discovered structural issues that made it unsafe, changed the locks, moved her stuff into a storage unit, no notice, no compassion, just greed in a tailored suit. I was across the country, halfway through my trauma surgery residency, when she called me, crying from a motel off the highway. I flew home the next morning. She looked like a ghost of herself, fragile, sunken eyes. The house I grew up in, gone. Sold sign out front. Construction crew already ripping apart the walls. They posted a video on Instagram later that week, transforming this outdated eyesore into a modern dream home. Mom died 3 months later, never got to sleep in her own bed again, never sat in her garden one last time. Her final words were about the roses, asked me to water them for her, so I did, but not before I burned their world down. See, I'm not just a doctor, I'm a surgeon. I understand systems. I know how much force a body or a building can take before it breaks. I watched them gut our house, watched them turn Mom's garden into an infinity pool, watched them cut corners on everything. No permits, no licensed electricians, fake inspections, all flash, zero structure. I waited until they finished, waited until they threw their big launch party. Open bar, real estate agents, buyers with deep pockets. The listing was live, $2.7 million, 3 times what they paid Mom. Then the kitchen short-circuited. They'd overloaded the system with smart home gadgets and cheap wiring. Sparks lit up the knockoff insulation behind the new cabinets. I was parked across the street when the flames started, just watching. Made sure everyone got out safe before I called 911. I'm not a killer, I'm just very thorough. The fire raged for hours. Turns out they'd illegally blocked the fire access lane during construction. The entire place burned down to ash and twisted steel, but that was just the start. The fire investigation pulled every thread. Unlicensed contractors, falsified permits, insurance fraud. Their policy didn't pay out. City fined them 6 figures for code violations. Buyers who'd already put down deposits filed lawsuits. Real estate boards suspended their licenses. One buyer even tried to sue them for emotional distress, said he could still smell smoke in his nightmares. Other homes they'd flipped got audited. Same scams, same fraud. It all came crashing down. Licenses revoked, assets seized, company dissolved. And then came the charges. Permit fraud, insurance fraud, elder abuse for targeting sick homeowners. Both Steinbergs got 18 months in federal prison. When I got Mom's life insurance check, I didn't leave town. I used it to buy back the lot. Rebuilt the house from the original blueprints, 1987 edition. Same kitchen, same living room, same creaky porch swing. And out back, where the infinity pool once was, her roses, planted in the exact same soil. And every spring, they bloom brighter than the year before, like she never left. The Steinbergs got out of prison last year. One works construction in Arizona. The other flips burgers in Reno. They used to fly private. Now they take the bus. One of them messaged me on LinkedIn, said he was sorry for what happened to my mom, that they'd learned their lesson. I sent him a photo of the garden in full bloom. Caption, "Some things can't be flipped." He never replied. Mom always said, "What goes around comes around." It did. It just needed a little heat to finish the circle.